I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. You guys, we are talking about some of the players of Love and Marriage Huntsville today. Martell and Melody, Maurice and Kimmi, and even Nell Fletcher and Melody. I have an update for you on that as well. Make sure y'all hit my like button, please, and thank you. Share this video too, because that's how others find me here on YouTube. Y'all already know this is my commentary, okay? And all opinions are alleged, but we are going to get into it, okay? We're going to start first with Martell and Melody, because when I tell y'all, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours, you guys. Martell has violated his probation. At least that's what it looked like to me. There was an article that was published in Urban Bell a little earlier that said that he violated the no contact order and now must not have any contact whatsoever with his ex-wife, Melody Cherie Rogers, you guys. So y'all know that Martell has been fighting in family court to have Melody reach out to him when certain things are going on with the kids and vice, whatever's happening, I'm assuming. But right now, it looks like the criminal court said that we supersede anything that's going on in the family court, and you will follow our orders. And those orders are no contact whatsoever. Okay, so let's get into it. This happened on Friday, November 22nd. So very recently, okay, right before Thanksgiving. Well, you look at that. Basically, there were some documents, and I'm going to read those documents, okay? A motion to revoke bond. And this is the city of Huntsville versus Martell Holt, defendant. Y'all know that Martell have had, I believe, an appeal case for his DV harassing communication conviction that happened in May of this year, 2024. So y'all know Martell sent that photo, a still photo of him and Melody in an intimate way, along with a text that threatened her. Now, I know a lot of people, communicate the revenge P, but the state of Alabama does have a revenge P felony penal code, and he was not given that. He was given the harassing communications, which means he should have been thanking his lucky damn stars, but no, he likes to keep pushing the button, okay? Pushing the button, baby. And now he is in even deeper trouble. And it looks like it has proven Melody's case, and not even Melody's case, because this case came to court by the district attorney. Okay, this is a criminal trial, so you proved the district attorney's case, Martell. You proved the district attorney's case. This is the state against you, boo. Anyway, that's what it says here. City of Huntsville, municipality corporation within the state of Alabama. Okay, now here is what it says, you guys. It says, come now with the city of Huntsville by through its assistant city attorney and respectfully moves with the honorable court to amend the bond of the defendant, Martell Holt, stated above in support of said motion. The movement states as follows. Number one, on May 2nd, 2024, defendant stipulated to facts outlined in the above style case. The defendant was found guilty of harassing communications. Number two, defendant was sentenced to probation and have no contact with the victim, Melody Rogers, except as outlined in their divorce agreement. Number three, after posting his appeal bond, defendant has continuously contacted the victim about matters outside of their divorce agreement. Interesting. Number four, now look, I just want to repeat, and it says in number three that he has continuously contacted her since May 2nd, okay? Number four, the victim met with the undersigned, meaning that the victim met with the district attorney on this date, which would have been November 22nd, to discuss our upcoming trial. After the victim left my office, the defendant contacted her. The defendant would be Martell, contacted her demanding to know why she was there. The victim feels threatened and in fear of her safety as she is possibly being watched by the defendant, Martell Holt, or someone close to the defendant. Now, Melody was actually at the DA's office preparing for the upcoming trial. I thought I heard someone say that Martell had actually subpoenaed Melody to testify in the upcoming trial. So basically using her in his trial for whatever reason. I'm assuming he was going to probably say they were having an argument and try to get her to admit to that. So saying that they were both, going back and forth with each other. But yeah, you spoiled that, boo. That's gonna never work out. Okay. At the end of the day, the DA was talking to Melody and preparing for the case, which means they would have probably asked Melody for all of her I don't know, communications, whether it's text messages or emails, anything they could show that Martell is going above and beyond what he should be doing with family court matters. So she was in there talking to the DA about that. And Martell had the damn nerve, okay, to have her followed. So who knows if he had a PI on her or if he was following her himself, or if he had someone else, like a friend or someone doing it. But he got caught. Whatever happened in that meeting, Melody turned right back around, went into the courtroom, went back into the DA's office and showed the text message. And now the DA is saying this, number 5, based on repeated behavior by the defendant, the city requests the honorable court to amend the defendant's appeal bond and conditions of release to reflect that he has a no contact act, direct or indirect, with the victim for any reason other than child custody issues. Check that out. So now it is a crime, if I'm reading this correctly, it is a crime for Martell to send Melody a text that has anything to do with anything, basically, except for the kids. So if he sent her a text and said, "Merry Christmas," that would be a violation. If he sends her a text that says, "I just passed your car, it's on a flat," that's a violation. He can actually have his probation revoked for that. If I'm not mistaken, that's what it's saying. You can have your probation revoked. It has been amended that if it's not specifically about children, if it's for any other reason, it is considered a criminal violation. And this information is now being sent to the family court, you guys. And the family court will also have to deal with this situation. Check that out. It does not pay to be dumb, child. It just doesn't. Let me see if I can get to this article. Back to this article. One second. All right. So it also says that they did meet with a judge on Friday, and that the judge agreed and issued that the criminal court will supersede anything they have going on in the custody case, and that that Martell cannot contact Melody directly or indirectly. So now I'm kind of curious if that also means that Martell will not be able to be in the family courtroom with her, that one or the other would have to do it by Zoom or some sort of telecommunication, because Martell is not allowed any contact whatsoever. That would also apply to anything that's going on over at Love and Marriage Huntsville. He cannot walk into any space or have any conversation with her at all. It is considered criminal. And that's pretty much it. The article goes on to say that recently the judge presiding over Martell and Melody's custody had struck multiple elements out of an order that Martell filed seeking to hold Melody under contempt of court. This included allegations that Melody was having an inappropriate contact with her security guard in her home while her children were present. And after this was struck from the court, these allegations were mentioned on various social media outlets. Okay, so that is it that I could tell you guys. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. At this point, anything outside of this is what is going on with the kids, period, will result in Martell violating a criminal court order, and that can get him sent to the pokey. So talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And we are moving on to Kimmi and Maurice. Okay. So y'all, Kimmi was a guest on Messy Mondays, child. And I did get audio, but I'm not going to play the audio because it was very long and roundabout. So I'm going to give you a summary. If you saw Saturday night's episode of Love and Mirror Huntsville, the most recent, where they talked about Maurice going to jail for DUI, y'all know that it was very controversial because Kimmi made a comment that she had woke up, saw that Maurice was not there, and then just assumed he fell asleep at work. She said she got in her car and drove to his office, and he wasn't there either. And then she said she had received the call that Maurice was in the pokey, right? That she was in the pokey, and she was like, it was a call that no wife wants, okay? But she basically said, listen, I know this seems weird to a lot of people. Well, I should say first that everybody was, kind of questioning that, including myself. Like, Kimmi, I don't understand what you mean you got in your car and drove to the office. Like, why didn't you call him? I actually said this in my review. Y'all can go back and listen to it. I said, why didn't you call his cell phone? Why didn't you call the office phone? Why didn't you call his brothers like Marceau and all of those people that we've seen on the show, Tisha, all of them, because I would just assume that he would have been at the bar, called there first. But what she ended up saying is, Maurice is a partier. I'm just going to be honest. She said Maurice is a partier. She said that's how she met him. He was in the streets partying. And she said that when he parties, she just believes, she trusts that Maurice is doing what he's supposed to do, that he is out with his brothers and that they are going to take good care of him and make sure that he gets home safe. Now, this is what she tells Carlos King, okay? Because even in this version of the story, he didn't get home safe. He went to jail, right? He didn't get home safe. And those brothers that you entrusted to make sure that he got home, they didn't call you and tell you what was going on. So it still was a very open-ended question, but I guess Carlos didn't want to press her too much. So he let it go. But she said that she trusts that her husband is faithful. She said from the day she met him, he had always told her that cheating was a deal breaker for him. And she said that it is also a deal breaker for her. So she trusted him. She said there's also people in his family, like his mother and his father, who has always vouched for Maurice and said he's the good guy. He's the one that you can trust. So she said her mind has never gone south and thought that he was doing something he wasn't supposed to. And then she was asked if she believed that he had cheated before they married. And she said that she didn't. However, if he did, she would not hold that against him so much because they weren't, in holy matrimony. But now that they are, if someone said, listen, your man was cheating, I saw him, up the street at the hotel yesterday, she said that would be a problem for her. And she definitely would file for divorce. But she said right now, she believes that her husband is faithful. She's faithful. She said she said at one time, because Maurice is a partier, that's how she put it, because Maurice is a partier, at one time she used to say, listen, I need you in the house by this time. You should not be doing X, Y, and Z. And she said she used to fight him on it all the time, but she's just in a place, after years of being together, where she does not fight him on that anymore. I guess you pick your battles, and that's the one she said she's going to leave alone because it was something that he was doing when she met him in the first place. So she's not going to change behavior, knowing that's how she met him. Okay. So if y'all understand that, if you agree, if you disagree, talk to me in the comments. Let me know what you think. But that is what is going on with Maurice and Kimmi. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Melody and Nell Fletcher. Okay. This has been a hot, debated topic also from Saturday night's episode. Nell Fletcher went to Melody's house, and that first part of the first half of the scene felt very phony to me. I'm not going to lie. The hug felt phony. Everything felt phony. The conversation about Nell being upset that Melody gave Sonny the better room, it all felt phony. The only thing that really felt real for me is Melody telling her, no, you weren't my mentor, and then laughing and spinning around and catching the Holy Ghost in the laugh. I think that Mel, just based on Nell Fletcher's reaction to it, based on Nell Fletcher's face, her expression, you could just tell she was like, what is going on? And then when Melody has this very sobering conversation where she said, I don't come to you for any fucking thing. Okay. She used the F word. I don't do that. I don't come to you. I don't drain you. I don't do this, right? Like she was like, that's Martell, but it's not me. I've never asked you for nothing, right? I never asked you for nothing, not even your hand in marriage, okay? That's my Tina Turner. That's my Tina Turner movie statement. Anyway, she said, I didn't ask you for shit, so I don't appreciate you going on to these interviews and having this conversation about me and mine, okay? And then she said, I go to therapy, I have a mama, and I talk to Jesus. I'll do all three of those things before I talk to you, is basically what she was saying. And then she told her, in a nice way, to keep her name out of her mouth. Now, she might have said it, with a smile, but Nell Fletcher understood it. She knew where she was coming from. She knew what that was about. And she said, even though I didn't say, she tells Chris later in the episode, even though I didn't say anything to Melody at the time, I felt some kind of way when I got in a car. She said, I actually agreed to it. I felt a way when I got in a car because you know what? I was getting out of my bed in the middle of the night to come and talk to her and Martell, and make sure that they were okay with those kids in the house and things like that. And I had an ailing mama who was, on her deathbed. So I really don't like that she slighted me and what I was doing at the time. Well, I said all that to say this. People was going crazy. Nell Fletcher actually makes a comment, I might have to step away from Melody because that hurt my feelings. And people say goodbye, good riddance. Who gives a shit? You're no good anyway. You're not a good friend anyway. But there is a scene in the I guess the footage that didn't make the cut for the show. It's on the OWN YouTube channel. And Melody actually accepted Nell Fletcher's apology. She's having a conversation with Shanita where she said, listen, I had this conversation with Nell. And, at the end of the day, I really like Nell because she and I can always have these conversations, squash it, and it, not have to worry about it coming back, basically, not having to worry about her holding on to things. So look, it looks like we might be getting a continuation to that scene where Nell and Melody may have a sit down and talk about the feelings that Nell Fletcher had regarding her telling her, that she doesn't see her or doesn't need her in that way anymore. So we'll see. But she did accept the apology according to the conversation she had with Shanita. And not only did she accept the apology, she said she's always respected, or that side of Nell Fletcher, that they can hash it out, walk away, and be good. They don't have to worry about all these lingering feelings. So y'all talk to me in the comments and let me know what y'all think about Melody saying that part, that she accepts it. And she thought that their relationship was good. It was actually Nell Fletcher who didn't think so. Huh? Talk to me, y'all. Tell me what y'all think about that. Anyway, if y'all need to know what I felt, go ahead and watch my review. It dropped yesterday. But that's it, y'all. That's pretty much it. Whew. It's pretty juicy, all the stories, at least I think so. Hit my like button. Hit my like button. Become a subscriber if you are not already. Follow me on all of my platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.